Let's dive right into this explainer and relive the absolutely breathtaking cinematic moments in World Cup history. We're going to explore how the beautiful game has consistently given us drama that literally rivals any Hollywood blockbuster. Specifically, we'll be focusing on those legendary players wearing the iconic number 10 jersey, the suffocating electric atmosphere of packed stadiums, and those historic trophy-lifting ceremonies that cement a player's legacy forever. To truly understand the magic of these finals, we've got to thrust ourselves directly into the past. Picture it. It's 1958, and BBC commentator Kenneth Wolstenholme manages to capture the exact moment a teenager completely upends the global footballing order. Just 17 years old, stepping onto the absolute biggest stage in the entire world and completely owning it.
That brings us to Section 1, setting the epic stage.
The sheer, overwhelming scale of these stadiums, it's like a fiery crucible where these footballing legends are forged. Just take a second to wrap your head around this staggering number, 173,850. That was the official paid attendance of the 1950 World Cup Final at the Maracanã Stadium in Rio de Janeiro. But get this, the reality was actually way more intense. With thousands of fans sneaking into the stadium illegally to pack the concrete grandstands, some estimates push the actual crowd to a suffocating 220,000 people. I mean, can you even imagine the wall of sound from nearly 250,000 fans?
And honestly, outside the stadium, the pressure was just as intense. On the morning of that 1950 final, an improvised carnival completely took over the streets of Rio. Thousands of signs were already celebrating a world title they hadn't even won yet, and the air was just thick with these passionate, unyielding chants of "Brazil must win." The intense sensory overload of that pre-game atmosphere literally threw the players into a pressure cooker unlike anything else in sports.
And you know, the magnitude of this tournament has only skyrocketed since then. While 220,000 people crammed onto the physical concrete of the Maracanã in 1950, a record-breaking 1.5 billion television viewers tuned in globally for the 2022 final in Qatar. Yeah, that's 1.5 billion with a B. The pressure hasn't disappeared, it's just magnified, and broadcasted directly into living rooms across the entire planet, making it one of the most widely watched televised sporting events in human history.
Let's move right into Section 2, Legends of the Pitch.
So with the stage fully set, notice the incredible contrasting cinematic arcs of our iconic number 10s. These are the guys who carry the entire weight of their nations on their shoulders and are tasked with making the magic happen. On one hand, we have the explosive emergence of a teenager, a 17-year-old Pelé in 1958, becoming the youngest player to ever score in a World Cup final. And then on the other hand, we have the hard-fought crowning of a seasoned veteran, Lionel Messi, in 2022. Playing in his 26th World Cup game, Messi officially surpassed Lothar Matthäus for the most appearances in World Cup history. It's the raw, youthful breakthrough going toe-to-toe with the ultimate career-defining redemption story.
Okay, let's slow things down for just a second and look at exactly how that 17-year-old Pelé announced himself to the world back in the 55th minute of the 1958 final. It's like a perfectly choreographed dance. Step 1. Standing with his back to the goal, he controls the ball perfectly on his chest, effortlessly twisting away from his marker. Step 2. He just impudently lifts the ball straight over the head of the next incoming Swedish defender. Step 3. He tracks it in the air and volleys it right past the keeper. To this day, it remains an absolutely breathtaking display of outrageous dexterity, skill, and spatial awareness.
Which brings us to Section 3, Drama in the Final Minutes.
From the sheer beauty of individual skill, we enter the ultimate crucible. This is where legacies are securely fastened into the history books or completely, heartbreakingly shattered. Let's trace the dizzying climax of the 2022 final. Just track the insane back and forth of this extra-time thriller with me. So for most of the match, Argentina completely dominated. But then, in the 80th minute, Kylian Mbappé sinks a penalty. Literally 97 seconds later, in the 81st minute, boom, he scores a stunning volley. Game tied. We go to extra time. 108th minute, Messi scores what feels like the surefire winner. But wait, no way. 118th minute, Mbappé steps right back up and buries another penalty. It was just this incredibly stressful, thrilling duel between Paris Saint-Germain teammates that left viewers utterly breathless.
But despite that unbelievable effort, the result brought absolute heartbreak for France. Even though Kylian Mbappé became the first man to score a final hat-trick since England's Geoff Hurst way back in 1966, that historic effort fell short. France tragically became the first team in history to score 3 goals in a World Cup final and still lose the match, ultimately falling 4-2 in the massive pressure of the ensuing penalty shootout.
So, who actually belongs to the club of ultimate final goal scorers? It's highly exclusive and undeniably elite. With his hat-trick in 2022 combined with his goal in the 2018 final, Mbappé is now sitting all alone at the very top with 4 final goals. He surpasses absolute legends of the game like Jeff Hurst, Pelé, Vava, and Zinedine Zidane, who are all sitting right behind him at 3. It's basically a numerical testament to the players who truly show up when the lights are shining the absolute brightest. Moving into our final act, Section 4, Crowning the World Champions.
After that final whistle blows and the unimaginable tension finally breaks, we get those legendary trophy lifts that go on to define a whole generation. Let's look back at the incredibly surreal, respectful aftermath of 1958. After the Swedish crowd had literally taken to cheering for Pelé's brilliance during the match, against their own team, mind you, the King of Sweden himself descended from the stands onto the pitch to personally shake the 17-year-old's hand. It was a deeply defining image that cemented the emergence of football's first black global superstar, and it finally lifted the heavy curse of Brazil's 1950 heartbreak.
Now, contrast that quiet, black-and-white memory from 1958 with the ultra-modern, highly stylized details of the 2022 trophy presentation in Qatar. Before even touching the trophy, Lionel Messi was given a traditional bisht to wear by the Qatari emir. The entire scenery was completely transformed from any previous tournament we've seen. Traditional paper confetti, gone, replaced by dramatic pyrotechnics and synchronized lights, all set against the sweeping backdrop of cinematic orchestral music. It was deliberately designed from top to bottom to look and feel exactly like the climax of a massive, epic movie.
And the cultural impact of these modern victories? They extend way, way beyond the pitch. Within just 48 hours of posting it, Lionel Messi's Instagram picture of that highly stylized trophy lift completely blew up, surpassing 75 million likes. It didn't just break football records. It became the single most liked social media post ever across all platforms, utterly dominating the global digital conversation.
So, what does this all mean for the future of the beautiful game? With a staggering 1.5 billion people tuning in to witness the sheer drama, the bitter heartbreak, and the ultimate triumph of 2022, the stage has quite literally never been bigger. Knowing this rich history of teenage prodigies making their mark and battle-tested veterans finally finding redemption, it really begs the question, what iconic, cinematic moments will the next generation of number 10s deliver to the world? I guess we'll just have to keep our eyes on the pitch to find out.